Have you ever felt exhausted from trying to please others? In a world filled with endless noise, expectations, and constant comparisons, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters: our inner peace. We often seek validation from others, believing that approval and praise will bring us happiness. But true contentment doesn't come from external recognition. It arises from our ability to cultivate stillness and remain centered within ourselves. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us a powerful truth. Rather than wasting our energy trying to control the uncontrollable, we should focus on mastering our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. The more we chase external validation, the more we surrender our peace to forces beyond our control. But when we shift our focus inward, choosing discipline over distraction, resilience over reaction, we unlock a profound strength that allows us to stand firm amidst life's inevitable chaos. So take a step back. Embrace the quiet. Let your focus be the guiding light that leads you to unshakable inner strength. What I'm about to share isn't just abstract theory. It's a collection of real, practical lessons that can transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. 1. Rediscovering self-love in a world that glorifies romantic love. We live in a society that often equates romantic love with ultimate happiness. Fairy tales, movies, and social media all reinforce the idea that finding the one is the key to fulfillment. But what if happiness wasn't about being chosen by someone else? What if the deepest, most lasting joy came from choosing yourself? Self-love isn't about arrogance or self-indulgence. It's about understanding and accepting yourself fully, with all your strengths and imperfections. It means knowing your worth isn't determined by whether someone stays or leaves. It means realizing that your value is not something to be negotiated based on another person's affection or approval. Think about the times you've felt empty and sought validation from others, maybe through a relationship that wasn't right for you, or by constantly trying to meet someone else's expectations. The truth is, relying on external sources for self-worth is a fragile foundation. The moment those sources disappear, so does your sense of security. But when your confidence and joy come from within, no one can take them away from you. Loving yourself also means being selective about the relationships you allow into your life. It means no longer settling for connections that merely fill a void, but instead choosing relationships that truly nourish your soul. When you honor yourself, you naturally gravitate toward people who uplift and support you, rather than those who drain your energy or make you question your worth. And here's the beautiful part: self-love doesn't mean rejecting romantic love. It simply means that love, when it comes, is a complement to your happiness, not the source of it. You can find joy in the simplest things: the quiet satisfaction of a morning walk as the world slowly wakes up, the peace of sipping coffee while reading your favorite book, or the pride that comes from achieving a personal goal. These moments are proof that your life is already whole, with or without someone to share it with. So instead of chasing love outside of yourself, start by nurturing the one relationship that will last a lifetime, the one you have with yourself. Because when you truly embrace who you are, you'll never feel like you're missing a piece. You'll realize that you are never incomplete to begin with. Finding peace in solitude and time. Have you ever paused in the midst of your busy life and wondered, where has all my time gone? Between back-to-back meetings, unfinished tasks, endless notifications, and mindless scrolling, time seems to slip through our fingers faster than we realize. We often chase after wealth, status, or success, believing these things define a meaningful life. But in reality, time, not money, not possessions, is our most valuable asset. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Unlike money, time can never be earned back. Every moment we spend, whether with intention or distraction, shapes the quality of our lives. Stoicism teaches us that instead of being consumed by things beyond our control, we should focus on what we can govern, how we spend our time, and how we cultivate inner peace. But here's the paradox: many of us fear solitude. We equate stillness with loneliness, silence with emptiness. So we fill our schedules to the brim, surround ourselves with noise, and avoid being alone with our thoughts. Yet, true peace is not found in constant activity, but in learning to be present with ourselves. Solitude is not isolation. It is an opportunity. It is the space where we can reconnect with who we truly are, free from societal expectations and the pressure to please others. It is where we stop performing for the world and start listening to our own hearts. Imagine waking up in the morning with no distractions, just the soft golden light spilling through your window, the quiet hum of the world still at rest. Imagine sitting with a cup of coffee, allowing your thoughts to settle like ripples fading on a pond. In these moments, when we are alone but not lonely, we can ask ourselves, what do I truly want? What brings me joy, not because it impresses others, but because it fulfills me? The answers don't come from outside sources, they come from within. And when we stop fearing solitude and embrace it as a gift, we unlock a kind of freedom that no external achievement can provide. So, instead of chasing after more distractions, more noise, or more validation, try embracing the power of time spent alone. Slow down. Breathe. Allow yourself the space to simply be. Because in that stillness, you may just find the clarity and peace you've been searching for all along. 3. Building strength through self-reliance. In a world where people constantly seek validation from others through likes, approval, and reassurance, self-reliance is a rare and powerful trait. It is the quiet strength that allows you to trust yourself, to navigate life's challenges with confidence, and to build a sense of stability that isn't dependent on anyone else. When you learn to stand firmly on your own, you unlock a resilience that no external approval can provide. But self-reliance does not mean isolation. It doesn't mean refusing help or pushing people away. Rather, it's about developing the skills, mindset, and emotional strength to handle life independently, so that your happiness and stability are not at the mercy of others. Imagine you've just moved to a new city where you know no one. At first, the unfamiliarity feels overwhelming. Learning your way around, managing your expenses, making decisions without anyone's guidance. But then, as you take on each small challenge, figuring out public transportation, cooking meals for yourself, handling unexpected problems, you begin to realize something profound. You are more capable than you thought. The discomfort fades, replaced by a quiet confidence in your own abilities. Self-reliance starts with small steps, learning how to manage your own finances so you don't depend on others for stability, handling your emotions instead of seeking constant reassurance, making difficult decisions without feeling paralyzed by fear of judgment, taking responsibility for your actions, whether they lead to success or failure. The moment you stop waiting for someone else to rescue you, validate you, or guide your every move, you step into a new level of personal power. You stop seeking permission to live life on your own terms. And here's the most beautiful part: when you trust yourself, when you know you can handle whatever comes your way, you find peace even when standing alone. You no longer need someone else to tell you that you are enough, because you already know it deep within yourself. 4. Learning to say no with confidence. Saying no is more than just declining a request. It's a declaration that you value yourself, your time, and your priorities. It's a way of asserting that your well-being matters just as much as anyone else's. In a world that often glorifies being agreeable, accommodating, and always available, the ability to say no can feel uncomfortable, almost like a rebellion. But it isn't selfish. It's self-respect. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once advised, "At every moment, ask yourself, is this truly necessary?" Think about how often we say yes out of guilt, obligation, or fear of disappointing others. Imagine this scenario. You're having an incredibly busy day, juggling your own responsibilities, when a coworker asks you for help on a task they've been procrastinating on. You hesitate. You don't want to seem unkind, so you say yes, even though it means sacrificing your own priorities. Later, you feel drained, resentful, and behind on your own work. Now, imagine a different response. Instead of an automatic yes, you take a moment and realize that this request does not align with your priorities or well-being. So, with calmness and respect, you say, "I'd love to help, but I have a lot on my plate right now. I hope you understand." That's it. No long explanations, no guilt. Just a clear and firm boundary. When you start practicing this, something shifts. You realize that saying no does not make you a bad person, it makes you an honest one. The people who genuinely respect and care about you will understand. The ones who don't, they were only interested in what you could do for them. The truth is, every yes you say to something unimportant is a no to something that truly matters: your health, your goals, your peace of mind. Learning to say no is not about rejecting people, it's about embracing what is essential to you. So, the next time someone asks for your time or energy, pause and ask yourself, is this truly necessary? Does this align with my priorities? Or am I saying yes just to please others? The more you practice, the more confident you become in protecting your time, energy, and well-being. And soon, you'll realize that saying no isn't about pushing people away, it's about standing firmly in your own truth. 5. Caring for yourself inside and out. Self-care isn't about impressing others. It's not about conforming to beauty standards, seeking approval, or proving your worth. True self-care is an act of self-respect, a quiet but powerful affirmation that I am worthy of love, kindness, and care. In a world that often equates self-worth with productivity, many people neglect themselves, believing that rest and care are luxuries rather than necessities. But the truth is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself both physically and mentally is not selfish. It's essential. Self-care isn't always glamorous. It's not just about spa days or luxury vacations. More often, it's the small, everyday choices that build a strong foundation for your well-being. Choosing nourishing foods that fuel your body rather than eating out of habit or convenience. Prioritizing sleep so your mind and body can recharge. Moving your body not to fit a certain image, but to feel strong and energized. Stepping outside for fresh air, feeling the sun on your skin, and reconnecting with nature. Taking time to read, reflect, or simply sit in silence to clear your mind. But self-care goes beyond physical well-being. It's also about mental and emotional hygiene, setting boundaries, surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, and protecting your peace from unnecessary stress and negativity. Imagine this. You wake up early, not to rush into work or check notifications, but to enjoy a quiet moment for yourself. You sip a warm cup of tea, breathe deeply, and feel gratitude for a new day. Later, instead of overloading your schedule with obligations, you choose to say no to something that drains you and yes to something that nurtures you. These small, intentional acts of care shape the way you experience life. When you care for yourself not for appearances, not for validation, but simply because you deserve to be cared for, you create a life that feels nourishing and fulfilling from the inside out. And in doing so, you build the strength and resilience needed to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. So, let self-care be a daily act of self-love, not as a reward for doing enough, but as a recognition that you are already enough. 6. Mastering personal finance with ease. In a world that constantly pushes the idea that more is better, it's easy to fall into the trap of equating wealth with happiness. Many people spend their lives chasing money, believing that once they have enough, they'll finally feel secure, respected, or fulfilled. But Stoicism teaches that true freedom does not come from accumulating more, but from mastering our desires. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This wisdom reminds us that financial freedom isn't just about making more money. It's about learning how to manage what we have in a way that aligns with our values and long-term well-being. Instead of mindlessly spending to impress others, we should spend intentionally, asking ourselves, does this purchase truly add value to my life? Am I spending in alignment with my goals and priorities? Money as a tool, not a goal. Many people see money as the ultimate goal, but in reality, money is just a tool. It's not an end in itself, but a means to build a stable, fulfilling life. When we stop viewing money as something to hoard or chase endlessly, we begin to see it for what it really is, a resource to be used wisely, not a source of our self-worth. Think about two people. One earns a high salary, but is trapped in a cycle of lavish spending, debt, and stress, constantly trying to maintain an image of success. The other earns a modest income, but has learned how to live within their means, save wisely, and invest in things that truly matter: experiences, relationships, personal growth. Who is truly wealthier? The one who has control over their finances and peace of mind, not the one drowning in unnecessary. Steps to financial freedom with a Stoic mindset. Track your spending. You can't manage what you don't measure. Pay attention to where your money is going. Distinguish needs vs. wants. Do you really need that latest gadget, or are you buying it out of impulse or social pressure? Live below your means. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Financial peace comes from spending less than you earn. Avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation as your income grows. Resist the urge to increase your spending proportionally. Instead, save and invest for the future. Invest in what truly matters. Spend on things that bring real value: education, meaningful experiences, and your well-being. The freedom that comes with financial stability. When you manage your money wisely, you free yourself from financial stress, unnecessary comparisons, and the fear of not having enough. Instead of being controlled by money, you take control. Imagine waking up each morning knowing you're not living paycheck to paycheck, that you have a safety net, and that your financial choices are aligned with your goals, not dictated by social expectations. That is real wealth, not how much you own, but how much peace of mind you have. So, the next time you're about to make a purchase, pause and ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to financial freedom or pulling me further away? Because true wealth isn't about having more, it's about needing less and living intentionally. The journey of rediscovering yourself is not a destination, but an ongoing process. Every step you take to focus on yourself, build self-reliance, and value your time will help you live a more meaningful and fulfilling life.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.